Alright, so this is the design project presentation. I'm out here chilling out in a nice cozy gazebo. It's been a very nice day. I'm going to go head inside. Very beautiful house. There's the road coming along and the small garden out front. And garage doors are pressure sensitive. As soon as you walk up, they'll go ahead and open right up. And I know I'm not driving a car, but if I was, there's a trap door right here. It's totally flush with the ground, so you can't see it. That that will take the car downstairs, and we're going to go downstairs right away because that's where the networking system is, and that's integral to the entire house. Um, so the first we encounter is this stairwell here, and of course it's automated with these conveyor belts. Um, and there's some that go, like you can't go down the up and you can't go up the down, but both of these you can. So the ones that you can't go into are in the back, so you don't try to go in those because they're in the back. But you can go down the down and up the up, and down is always on the right. So I'll go down here and off to the right. Takes me downstairs. Don't even have to walk. Just takes me right down. And so there's the piston thing I was talking about. That'll carry the car down, store it here, and then when you call it back, it'll bring it back up and ready to go again. So here's the networking system. This is Andrew's project. Basically everything's digital. There's no manual storage stuff at all. You don't have cupboards and things like that. It's all done automatically for you. Don't have to do a thing. Now this is just a display. This doesn't actually store everything. Everything is stored in a small space underground. Doesn't even require much maintenance. It just keeps track of everything automatically. And now I can search through this, so if I want carrots specifically, well, there's all the carrots we have. And of course this stores all manner of different things. It could store far more that's already in here. And this is piped throughout the entire house. So anytime you need something, it's available to you right at your fingertips, because these terminals are all over the place. Let's go ahead and head back upstairs. And you can see we came out in the back area, so I'll step back over. And so here we do have the garage, and I did want to get the terminal system out of the way because it's such an important part. Now the garage is very large, as you can see, which is obviously very important to garage or workspace, because you want to make sure you have lots of room for, if you've got a big truck or something like that, you can park. You could, if you wanted to, you could park several cars here even without the automatic storage system. It's big enough for a full basketball court. But this isn't just basketball. These things fold up and you can set up volleyball. You could use it just as a general gym. Back in that closet over there, there are lots of tables which you can set up as many tables as you want if you need extra working space besides the working space you have over here. So this is the main work area. This was mine and Justin's project. So this is a large touchscreen terminal. This is where you can lay out all kinds of projects and things, internet accessible, of course. And this work table here might just look like a fine stone table, and it is, but it also has a layer of touchscreen glass on it. So you can be working on something over here, and then just swipe it over, and it appears over here, and you can continue working. And you can move things around, and you can have physical items right here, scan it in, get a digital representation of it, mess with it, figure out what measurements you might need to make, what changes, and all your tools would be lined up along here. You might have a bandsaw, some kind of metalworking, like a lathe, and things like that. And of course you do have access to terminals here. And so anything you might want. So if you're doing some woodworking, you can grab some woods. Here's different tools and things you might like to have. And if you need to do any real serious programming, you can sit down and program right here. A nice cozy chair. And of course this table will sink down in the floor if you want to get it out of the way. But the most important thing about this setup here is that all your storage is very neatly organized. You can get to it, move, put it away very easily. It's always there. You don't have to figure out, okay, this is going to go here and that's going to go there, and you don't have to memorize it that like the specific size of tool and whatever it is you need. It's right there, or it's right there. It's all stored in the system. And number two, there's lots and lots and lots of space. You're never, no matter how large scale of a project you're working on, you'll always have plenty of space. Because there's all this counter space, there's this large thing here, and all of this potential space out here. And if you ever do get too cluttered up with materials and tools and things, you can put some away. And of course, it does flow very well. There's no spot where you're barred off from walking around. Like you might have, you might have like in another design, you might have like there's a big saw here and there's something else here, and then if you want to get to what's over there, you got to walk all the way around here. But with this, it's a nice big circle. You keep moving around. You can get to any position around the table. And so that's the whole garage and workstation. So now we're going to go ahead and head upstairs. So take the left elevator this time. And then this will take us up to the kitchen, second floor. And there's a nice big patio out here where we can look at the nice landscape and the volcano, I guess. So here we are in the kitchen. Now this kitchen is heavily based around the John's proprietary Food OS, which has lots of dieting statistics and programs to make eating much easier. These things that look like faucets, they are kind of faucets, but they do a lot more than that. They're connected to the whole item networking system. So if you want cereal, you send a command and say, hey, I want some cereal. It'll automatically mix the type of cereal you want and the milk and dispense it directly. You don't have to get out the milk and get out a bowl and get on a spoon. It'll dispense it directly. And same for any kind of different liquid type thing, and even many small solids and such. And it washes itself, so if you do get cereal, it'll clean itself out, so if the next person is lactose intolerant, it doesn't matter, it's all nice and clean. And the Food OS has programs that keep track of what foods you like and recommends, hey, 2 weeks ago you had this food and you really liked it. You're in the same kind of pattern, maybe you should have this again. Or, hey, you're low on this kind of vitamin, here, maybe you should have this kind of food, so it can figure those things out for you. And it also does a whole lot of cooking for you as well. So these are the ovens, and of course you can't access them manually, but there's ports in the back that allow it to automatically have meats and different things to cook put in, and so you might come home and it'll have already cooked you dinner, and you don't have to do a thing. It'll have cooked you dinner and whatnot. And then over here is the dining room table, and of course there's another nice big TV here. Nice big sound system, and of course these are linked, so this is touchscreen as well. And then the way utensils work, all of the plates and such are made of a ceramic metallic hybrid, so they're very strong, but they're susceptible to electromagnetism. So they get sent down from up there from the networking system onto the dining room table. You eat your food, and then once you're ready to be done, you just send it back up. It automatically gets cleaned and sent back to the networking system, so you don't even have to clean anything. There's a bit of small manual labor that you might have to do, moving food around just a bit, But all the tedious stuff like cleaning and recipes and stuff like that, most of that is done for you. And of course, if you do want to look up a recipe, you know, all the recipes that are available online, you can get to them from here. And I actually am you can see I'm just a bit hungry right now, so I'm gonna grab an apple out of here, grab some apples, have a snack. Delicious. Very tasty. And of course, the Food OS will record that I just ate that and say, he likes apples. We'll consider that maybe in the future we might recommend he have some apples. And so of course then there's a small patio, small little balcony up here, and then an overlook. And then if we go all the way upstairs, out to the roof, you can see everything's powered by this small bank of solar panels. And then this is part of the networking system. And then we have a nice small roof garden. And of course there's quite a bit of potential for moving in different rooms and other such additions. So that was presentations, that was Isaiah and Justin's, Andrew and Austin's, and John and I'm not sure who John's working with. That's all of their presentations. So there you go. Thanks for watching.